G'day, I'm Andrew Lovett, and this topic is a question we get a bit, and that is, should I set up my new business in Hong Kong? It's a good question, and there's lots of things to think through with that sort of a decision. First of all, let's consider the market. Hong Kong itself is 7 million people, so it's a relatively small domestic market. But of course, it's the gateway to that huge market of mainland China, which is 1.4 billion people. On the supply side, well, China's also there because of the huge opportunity for low-cost manufacturing in China. Hong Kong's got a fairly liberal immigration policy, so if you need talent to relocate to Hong Kong, it's probably quite straightforward to arrange the necessary visas, and it's got good access to transport links and is keyed into the low-cost freight channels that flow from the China area through to USA. From a legal and regulatory perspective, Hong Kong is regarded, and they certainly talk about this, it's regarded as the world's freest economy. Having said that, of course, it's now under the overall rule of mainland China, and there appears to have been some slippage in that freedom with China taking control. It still does have the heritage of English common law and reasonably strong property rights. I'm not sure that the intellectual property protection regime is as strong as other jurisdictions, and China's got a fairly bad reputation in that area. There is an audit requirement for all companies, but there's no requirement to have a resident director. Hong Kong's got a low headline corporate tax rate at 16.5%. But then at lower incomes levels, it's even a lower tax rate of 8.5%. There are low personal income tax rates, and Hong Kong has a territory-based taxation system, so you can repatriate offshore income to Hong Kong without facing further tax. The tax disadvantages of Hong Kong relate to its absence of a couple of important double tax agreements. There's no double tax agreement with the USA, so that could bring about high withholding tax rates on certain supplies. And perhaps more importantly, if you're Australian and you want to continue to live here, there's no double tax agreement between Hong Kong and Australia. There is a double tax agreement with mainland China, but not with Hong Kong. So that means that the company residency rules will swing on the concept of central control and management, and there is a grave risk that an Australian operating a Hong Kong company could have that income taxed here in Australia because the company is deemed to be a resident of Australia. You'll also need to consider Australian controlled foreign company rules in doing the setup. I hope that information's been useful, and if you have any questions, go to our website or give us a call.